Hi everyone, here comes yet another final table commentary. This one is OSS 155 medium. The medium buying was still $109, so that's pretty significant. Um, I'd love to do the high one, but I actually checked in on the player's country slightly too late for that one. Like I thought to check in on them when there were 5 people left, so I realized, oh wait, I guess I can't do that one. But no, oh well. $109 buy-in. You see the prize pool. You know, it's still quite meaty. And unfortunately, you can also see that we have been spoiled. That there was in fact a deal. Boo these men. Thank you. Keep it up. Keep booing. Keep booing. Okay, you can stop now. So anyway, now we know that the ACR board will just flat out spoil whether or not it happened. So now we know. I did not know that before. All right, so shout outs to these guys who didn't make the final table and therefore couldn't have made a deal even if they wanted to. But I'm sure they all played well to get where they were. It's hard enough to make a final table. And 987. Jerry C11. I'm going to assume that you can read that. Okay. So well done, all of you guys. And before we kick things off, I do actually, you know, my stance on doing deals, I've mentioned this several times already. I can't stand them. But now I finally have a way to word my thoughts about it in about as fine fashion as I possibly could. So here goes. Aw, you're doing a deal because you don't like the variance of poker? Then why the are you in a casino? Just saying. Okay, so we are six-handed. We have 3 North Americans and 3 South Americans, with North America having the advantage at the moment. And there's only 6 players here, of course, so theoretically this shouldn't take too long. However, short stack has 22 big blinds, so we got plenty of play here. And wow, re-raising with Jack 6 offsuit. Oh yeah, they're playing all right. They're playing the game. I have no idea how to pronounce the guy from Peru. I'm just gonna call him Peru. Chamber 30, Queen 7 suited, Alex Miron having Jack 6 suited, similar quality hand, which is to say not very high quality, but it's 6 max, so, you know, you don't have to have great hands to play them. They both totally airballed, and no continuation bet from Chamber. No bet from Alex either. The delayed C bet from Chamber with Queen High, which happens to be the best hand. And some hands play out nice and simple. And again, this is Hold'em, so it's relatively simple to cover. 6-4 of clubs, my second favorite hand. Logan with 10-2 of clubs. 1 club on the board. Pair of 4s for Chamber. Chamber again had the pre-flop lead. This time does make the continuation bet with the pair, and Logan makes no business out of it, just folds it. I must say the ACR artists really nailed the Donald and like his small hand position there. Logan with a couple of 9s. Peru here with 9-4 offsuit is certainly not going to go anywhere. Well, He's gonna fold it, basically. Yeah. Excuse me real quick. Okay. Arlindo Orlando with a raise to 800,000. Jack Queen suited. I mean, obvious. You gotta. Whoa! Hold on here. Pair of queens and a royal flush draw for Arlindo Orlando. Top pair for Chamber, who is keeping a lid on it so far. I don't know how Arlindo didn't just blast off. I mean, it's good discipline on his part. Very good discipline. Now will bet. Chamber, I would imagine, is in check call mode. And there comes the straight. Not the royal flush, but the straight at least. It's red, too. Arlindo probably had a minor heart attack seeing a red king on the river. And Chamber, that's a callable bet. But maybe he'll realize that. It takes some really good discipline to muck top pair in a spot like this, facing such a small bet. This is a spot where a lot of players will just call out of curiosity. But with 4 big cards out there, you know that just an ace probably isn't good, but he is going to go ahead and make the call. I probably would too. Arlindo, still the short stack, but got much more breathing room now at 28 big blinds. 29, actually, including the big blind that he just put up there. Logan with ace-9. Makes the raise. Peru with a better ace. There we go. That should be the end of it. Ace-9, not really a free bet calling hand. And you can all see, of course, that this is another progressive knockout tournament. Everyone's bounties are displayed there. For those that don't know what a PKO is. Oh, shoot. Tough decision now for Peru. You know, Ace-Jack isn't really a 4-bet calling hand. And Peru folds the best hand. Logan, with quite the power play there, just decides that he's probably not up against aces, and maybe he thinks he can make almost any other hand fold, and, you know, good job, Logan. Alright, so progressive knockout. The buy-in was $109. $9 is the rake, so $100 goes into the prize pool, and $50 goes into the regular prize pool, the numbers you see on the red board there. And then the other 50 goes into each player's bounty. And every time you knock out a player, you take half of their bounty. And then the other half is added to your bounty in case someone else knocks you out. And eventually they coalesce higher and higher. And that's why the top 2 places get paid the same, because they're just playing for the extra bounty. Chamber tried to initiate the deal and then just backed off immediately. We know that they eventually do one. The question is how many do it. They might even cut one 6 ways because they all have playable stacks. Normally, if there's one guy who's really, really short, they'll wait until they're knocked out and then do the deal. But there's no super short stack here. Logan's got a sizable lead, but, you know, it's not like he's got a tyrannical grip on the table or anything. Good flop for Alex. Open-ended straight draw. Nobody has diamonds. See Logan playing fairly cautiously there. Doesn't make any rash moves. Well, he made the one rash move pre-flop, and that worked out nicely. With an ace in the small blind, you know he's gonna put max pressure on the short stack in the big blind. Again, though, I feel like 3x gets the job done just as well as an all-in, with much less risk. But it might be thinking, well, Peru 3-bet me last time I tried that, so maybe I don't want to allow that to happen. And that's the best thing that can possibly happen when you have 2 9s. Raise and everybody else folds. Pocket 9s suck. Logan with the ace-jack this time. And I assume fold from chamber. Arlindo might take a flop. Or might 3-bet. But he'll take a flop. Nothing for either player to get too excited about this time. Not every flop can involve a royal flush draw. Bet from Logan. Arlindo with much fewer chips. And not much of a choice. Under the gun. And look at Chambers' hand. He's got jacks and a lot of chips himself. He's got 47 big blinds. Alex Miron, of course, has him covered by a little bit, a few million. Re-raise from Chamber. I'm not sure if he can fold this. Alex, I would imagine, is about to re-raise to 6 million or so. 8 million. And Chamber now deciding whether to pump it or dump it. It's 6-handed. Pocket jacks are nearly impossible to fold at a 6-handed table. Especially if it's just 2 guys going at it. But he's really thinking about dumping it. He can't do it, though. He's all in. The aces call. Diamonds do not work for Chamber. He needs a jack, and that's not going to do it. Chamber just dealt a crippling situation there. Alex Miron takes that huge pot, takes the chip lead, and takes the bounty. I can't say I would have done it any differently. That's pretty close to unavoidable at a 6-handed table. Jacks versus aces. He thought about it, though. Props to him for at least thinking about it. And junk versus junk. Oh, make that pair versus pair. And a check from Bilungatesa. Trying to either trap or pot control. I think Bilungatesa is more than happy to just let Alex keep betting. He's got top pair. Alex with, okay, there's a bet from the king for some reason. Maybe a blocker bet. Alex probably wants to look this up. He can certainly afford it. Good fold. Good fold. And it shows a 10. Alex just decided that was just too weird. Peru with ace-jack. Pocket fives are going the muck very quickly. And the kings for Alex Miron. Boy, oh boy. He picked up aces against jacks and now kings against ace-jack. And he's just saying, you know what, let's go for it all. Peru might be thinking, that's a bit of a fishy raise. Is my ace-jack good? Nope, he's going to fold. He's going to keep his seat. Alex may be regretting the size of that raise. 3 aces dealt. Peru now in pretty tough shape now, left with 12 big blinds after posting the big blind on this particular hand. And again, now we're 5-handed, so the blinds come around even faster now. Bilungatesa getting involved a little bit now. Was very quiet. But getting involved, winning a pot or two here and there. Peru with probably a strong enough hand to go for it. Doesn't have to. Okay, well, now he's going to fold. He doesn't know that Logan is making that play with Queen 2. How will Alex play? He's just going to fold it. He also has no idea that Logan is making that play with Queen 2. Oh, look, you get to try that same hand again. Replay Poker does that a lot. When I play on Replay Poker, I get the same hand twice in a row many times. Now, Replay Poker is RNG certified, but I do seem to be getting stuff like that a lot less often here on America's Cardroom. Like, I feel like the distribution of hands is more even and fair here. Because there are some times on Replay Poker where I'll get, like I said, the same hand twice in a row a lot, and then sometimes I'll just be getting all the good cards for about an hour, and then all of a sudden, the next hour I have like 9-4 offsuit, 8-3 offsuit, 10-4 offsuit, over and over and over again ad nauseum. Alex Miron with a flush there wins a nice little pot against Bilun Gatessa. So sorry that I'm getting sidetracked already. And a walk for Alex in this hand. Show it. It's amusing to show a crappy hand in the big blind when it's been walked. Alex with 8-10. Oh, you really think Limping's gonna... Oh, okay, actually. Now that I think about it, it should work because Logan and Alex are the two big stacks. They don't want to square off in too big of a pot against these guys because they haven't done their chop yet. So ICM's consideration is still very much live. 2 pair now for Alex. Logan with just the pair of 4s. His only route to winning is another 4. Pot size bet from Alex. Logan wondering if he's got 5-6 or like diamonds, maybe with an 8. Oh, he shows just an 8. I like that. I like that. Sending a mixed message about that bet. 10-7 raises. 9-10 will probably call. And Peru, with an awkward decision here, will elect to see a flop as well from the big blind. Can't really say I blame him, but he's certainly in all-in or fold mode now, and that's a complete airball. Logan with a pair, and of course the gut shot. Alex with the same gut shot. And Alex was the pre-flop raiser, so he'll do what they usually do, which is to bet. And he's not betting much. So it gets a call from the pair and a gut shot. Peru with nothing. And they both hit the same straight. They're not going to be too wild about it because there's 3 spades out there, of course. Also, ace-10 is a better version of the straight. And as I mentioned, it would be ICM suicide if they were to play a giant hand without the nuts. Interesting river card. Another spade and a 9. Of course, Logan with a 9 at least knows that a full house is not hugely likely, but I think it's going to go check-check. Just an ugly run out for having a straight. And so, with that, everyone loves a chop pot. Want to do it? Nice. Brave all in there. Of course, the big blind doesn't have a ton of chips either. But I'm proud of you for actually going for it with the Jack-8 suited. Ace-king for Logan. Bilun Gatessa with the only other person with much of a hand here. You can very easily see Bilun Gatessa calling for 600,000 with that. Nope, I'm gonna go ahead and fold it. Pocket 10s for Alex. Ace-8 suited for Bilun Gatessa. A raise from the suited ace. Alex, of course, going nowhere. Probably will bump it up a bit. Makes it 3 million. Could take a flop with the suited ace. See if we pick up some hearts. No, he's just going to lay it down. I don't know, man. You have to know, being small blind to big blind, that you're going to get 3-bet off an awful lot. He doesn't have to be with 10s. I feel like the right play there would have been to take a flop. It's a pretty strong hand, 5-handed. Now, we can see, of course, that in that situation, that was the correct thing to do. But I think in the long run, ace-8 suited is worthy of continuing just a little bit longer. You can call another 2 million and still have plenty left behind. And if you happen to hit the flop real good, then that's your chance to get right back in it. It's still in it right now, actually. He's got, what, 39 big blinds. So even if you miss the flop, you're not out of it by any stretch. Alex raises with 10-8 suited. King-8 suited makes the call. Peru with garbage. Both players basically flopping runner flush draws. And Logan is the one who gets to keep drawing. Or he can just bet Alex out of it, which probably will happen. Yep. No ICM suicide here. There's nothing to talk about there. Jack 10's nice. Again, under the gun at a 5-handed table is also the hijack, so don't really need to think too hard about table position. Maybe that's why I'm better at 6 max tournaments. Hello, we have yet another straight flush draw right out of the gate on a flop. Bilungatessa eating the 10 of hearts to complete it. Alex Miron, of course, has a very nice flop himself. And there's the 10 of spades, but still, Bilungatessa hits the straight. Alex Miron hits 2 pair, though it's bottom 2 pair, so might not make a bet here. No, he's going to bet. I'm not sure why. Maybe just trying to chase out, like, ace rag of spades or hearts or something. No, the river's a total brick. And we've seen Bilungatessa do this before. Thinking the water is safe on the river and just betting, even though the other guy's been the one betting this whole time. This time, Alex cannot get away from it. It's 2 pair, it's not 1 pair, so does pay it off. Bilungatessa now up to 25.3 million. As I mentioned, right in it, absolutely. Peru just getting no cards. Arlindo with ace rag. I kind of tend to agree with the fold there. ICM or not. Still don't remember what ICM stands for, but it has to do with going up the money ladder. All in, I'm sure, from Peru. Really? You're that scared? You're that scared? Of course, it was going to get called by Alex at the ace-10, but, like, really? We saw him go all in with Jack-8 suited from the small blind, but apparently he's thinking Queen-Jack's just not good enough from under the gun. Maybe these guys are thinking about table position more than I would at this point. And look, the next 10 is your big blind, and you have 7-3. Congratulations. Did you really think you would find a better spot there? Like, compared to the cards that he had been getting, Queen Jack was a phenomenal hand. So Alex and Logan just kind of have to be content to go back and forth until one of these guys finally mans up. I think in a vacuum, this is a re-raise from Logan. Oh, he's going to do it anyway. I might just call, though, because of the short stack situation. Alex facing a 2.7 million chip call. I could see him going either way here. He'll fold it and show the ace. What's Logan thinking about? Right, Peru with Queen 7 suited. Thinks that's good enough. Arlindo thinks A6 suited is good enough. And the A6 suited looks good. There's clubs out there. And that 2 of spades is no good for Peru there, who is eliminated in 5th place. Arlindo now off the mat himself, up to 10.8 million. So our friend from Peru just folds one too many hands, but does pick up $2,100 off of, remember, a $109 buy-in. So that's a 21x return on investment, so he should be very happy with that. Pair of aces for Bilon Gatessa. Alex with no reason to stick around here. I love that I added that. It shouldn't be too annoying. The Poker Stars commentators have like 10 or 11 things on their soundboard. Like pocket eights, a 7 on the river, an ace on the river, hero calls, failed hero calls. Straight flush draws. I don't have that kind of budget yet. But I can at least point out all of the aces. In a way only a true shark ever could. Not even thinking about it with that gut shot. Wish that happened to me earlier today. that would have made a big difference in the tournament I played in. Logan with 7s against Ace King here for Bilon Gatessa. I don't think Arlindo will take too long with the King 9 once he raises. Oh yeah. Now Bilon Gatessa with certainly a 3-bet worthy hand, and that's a big 3-bet. Logan with the 7s has a bit of a middling decision, decides to flat and hits another 7. Bilon Gatessa pretty much with nothing but a lot of backdoors. And he's going to keep going. Logan now with a decision now whether to slow play or just jam right now. He will continue to slow play. It should work out because that's a jack. He's got a full house now. Doesn't have to worry about any draws. Bilon Gatessa. Oh! Bilon Gatessa with the ICM suicide all in. But you gotta give him the credit for going for that, you know? He went with his gut, just picked the wrong time. We've all done it. But appreciate the effort. And that might have been ICM suicide, but hey, that's $3,011. Third place is about 1,000 more. So, you know, I think he's still pretty happy with that payday. I think you can only make that move if you're decided that you're happy with your payday. A little almost certainly go to a North American player now. Arlindo representing South America and clinging on for dear life at the moment. Ooh, this move should get through, representing a king. Nice value bet bluff by Arlindo. Like, he bet small enough that made it a little bit extra convincing. So Arlindo's showing that he still has a little bit of post-flop chops despite having so much fewer chips than these guys. That being said, I like the all-in there, three-handed. And add another 2 million to his stack. This is far from over. Ace-10 suited, though, probably gets this pot pretty quickly. Queen-9 suited for Arlindo. King-5 suited for Alex. No one's really talking about doing a deal right now. Again, Arlindo has to either bust out or double up for there to be anyone considering this. Maybe the double up is coming. He doesn't even have to double up. Maybe he can just keep nickeling and diming these guys. Does he want to slow play it? No, he's going to go for some value right off the bat. Content to pick up another extra 2 million. Ooh, he'll pick up a little more than that. And a jack is a great card for Arlindo. He's hoping now that Alex has a jack, because then he'll pretty much be stuck with him the whole way. And now he's going to check. That 9 doesn't actually improve him whatsoever. He already had queens full of jacks. So queens full of 9s would be a downgrade. So he's still got the queens full of jacks. And a bluff from Alex. Exactly what Arlindo was looking for. Nice check on the turn to induce a bluff. He comes back with a min raise, and Alex must give this up. Yeah. But well played by Arlindo, checking the turn to get the extra bluff value on the river. And now he's really got some chips. He's up to 30 big blinds again. He's not out of this at all. Also, what are the odds of 3 guys using their actual real names being the final 3 here? That seems to be rather rare and fairly ill-advised. They might not be their real names, but at least they are regular names. Arlindo Orlando, Alex Miron, and Logan Baston. Baston, I don't know. Baston. Logan versus Arlindo. Logan certainly not going to go for the all-in raise this time. Oh! Oh, they got some fireworks on this flop. Bottom 2 pair for Logan. Straight draw and backdoor flush for Arlindo. And Arlindo's going to bet rather than trying to check and see if he hits it on the turn. Logan going with the check, looking for a check raise, and that's exactly what he gets to do here. Arlindo, though, has too good of a draw to fold, and now he's got really good of a draw. He's made up a lot of ground these last few hands. He doesn't want to blow it now. Sizable bet by Logan, but still very callable, especially with a draw that good. And he hits it on the river. The backdoor flush, especially. That's the best way to hit that draw, because it's just so well disguised. Logan might have had him on 10-9, but probably not necessarily 10-9 of diamonds. Logan goes for the all-in, understandably, with 2 pair. He had to think he had the best hand. Arlindo doubles up to 37.3 million. And this is pretty much now a 3-way jump ball. Any one of these guys can win, and I assume this is when they start doing the chop. Because, wow, look at the big blinds. 60.9, 60.1, 77.1. This is so close. Well done by Arlindo. Raise from the 10-9. This can go any number of ways now. They have a lot of play post-flop. Re-raise from the ace-9. Logan, I assume, will leave us. Arlindo will now call for the extra 3 million, which we couldn't see him doing at all earlier. He's got another flush draw. Alex, though, with the betting lead and ace-high, will keep going. Arlindo's not going anywhere for that price. He does call. Paired board is never really what you want to see when you have a flush draw. Now, if he had 10-7 of spades, that's a different story, but he's got 10-8. Check. Probably check. Unless he wants to represent a 7. Maybe he wants to represent a 7. Alex was just ace-high and no draw. And he gives it up, and I believe that is good enough to give Arlindo the chip lead. No, not quite. He's still just barely behind Logan. But my, how things changed. Alex with ace-king suited. Logan with 2 2s. A.k.a. the Ducks. Excuse me. Alright, so it is indeed between these two. Logan's 2s probably like that flop. The ace-king obviously wondering where the heck all the big cards are. And quarter pot from ace-king. Logan's probably not going anywhere. At least for a little while. Oh, he's going to raise. And that should get rid of Alex. He doesn't even have any backdoors. Okay. Well, sometimes stubbornness gets rewarded, I guess. Alex had absolutely nothing, but he's going to go ahead and call, and he's going to hit a king. And Logan still likes it, and he's going to bet. Now it might be Alex's turn to raise. I was going to call just in case Logan had a 4. That's probably the biggest fear for him right now. And Logan, is he going to slow down now after he got called? He got called twice, and he's going to slow down. Alex, will he go for extra value here? Nope, he is still going to keep it slow just in case Logan had a 4. I can't say I blame him, but nice win for Logan. Or, excuse me, nice win for Alex. And of course, technically that makes Arlindo our chip leader, but the difference between these three is just minuscule. And I expect we're going to be seeing a lot of 3-way pots like this for at least a little while they still have relatively even stacks. And even more so after they do the chop. I assume they're going to do the chop now with these 3 super even stacks, because we know what happens. We've been spoiled by the tournament lobby itself. I'm honestly not that upset by being spoiled, that is. I'm always upset about seeing a deal. But I'm not that upset about getting spoiled, because at least I get the disappointment out of my system, immediately. Well, Alex going for a little bluff there, and it gets the job done with 10 high. These guys are checking it down a little bit deeper than we usually go. Oh, boy. Ace-Jack suited versus Ace-King. That's a limp from Alex, probably looking for a limp re-raise. Well, he'll get his chance. The bad news is he's behind. Three-handed, these are huge hands. Oh, just a call. Well, they might get it in now. Nut flush draw versus top pair, top kicker. The robots are demanding blood here. Alex showing tremendous discipline so far. Alex slow playing it as well. It's not like there's ICM considerations here. This is a three-way even split, so they have license to go at this as hard as they want. Nobody will judge them. Bet from the flush draw. Now that there's only one card to come. Just a call. Boy, the robots demanded blood, and they're not getting it here. These two playing very cautiously. Alex comes up empty. Maybe wants to bet. Logan probably will just call. And that pot ended up being much, much smaller than it easily could have been. But you can appreciate them on the cautious side there. Of course, Alex just limping and calling in the first place maybe just felt something off about the situation, you know, being a field player. I don't like ace-jack myself, so honestly, you know, I can't really fault him for that. Ace-jack is kind of tough to play sometimes. Like that was an achievement to make that pot as small as it ended up being. Because three-handed, they might have gotten it in pre-flop, because those hands are so good. And they certainly might have gotten it in on the flop. When there's only three people at the table, the odds that your opponent has better than those two guys had is quite slim. Nobody has thrown up the deal sign yet. I don't know why. We know it happens. Theoretically, this would be the perfect time to do it. I mean, it's not like one of these guys is completely and utterly opposed to the idea of doing a deal. You know, if there was one guy who was super opposed to it, we would have known about it by now, because the two guys would have the green light on and one guy wouldn't. And that would be rooting for that person very, very hard. But know in the back of my mind that that person probably busts out because they did do a deal. Pocket sevens are an underpair to the board. Queen 10 likes that. There's a double gutter. King or a 9 works. There's a 9. Arlindo is drawing dead. And bets. That was an Omaha flop for Alex's hand. He'll raise, and that should end it for Arlindo. Pocket fours. There's a raise there. Ace queen suited. And unfortunately for Arlindo, there goes a 4 into the muck. The robots not demanding blood this time, but asking for it. And, okay, well, they stopped asking this time. They just want to see who wants to play better. They both missed. Logan with ace high. Arlindo, of course, with the pocket pair, but nice call there. That's a pretty okay board for fours. Logan has nothing on there that he likes. Didn't even flop any backdoor outs. So he's pure bluffing. And he's going to give Arlindo credit now. If Arlindo bets here, the hand is likely over. Hard to bet, though. But he will. Not very much. Let's see what Logan makes of that small size. Ooh! Nice play by Logan. He saw right through the small size of that bet. And he deservedly takes that one down. If Arlindo sized up to maybe 6.5 million, he could have had it probably. But 3.5 million, just too fishy. 7-6 likes that flop. 10-9 does not, obviously. That was quick. Well, Arlindo's behind now, but we've seen him come back from much worse than this. Nice flop for Arlindo. And that should end it. Alex with very little in this pot and very little reason to get fancy here. I'm just wondering who's going to be the first one to put up the green light. Ace King again for Logan. That's the one interesting thing about America's Cardroom is I notice a lot of Ace Kings in Hold'em. And he's going to slow play it pre-flop. Interesting. But we're three-handed, so you're never going to play against more than two opponents. So pre-flop slow playing like carries so much less risk at a three-handed table. Alex probably likes that board. And he will bet it. Logan, of course, with, I don't want to say the hammer. He doesn't have this hand locked up by any means, but he will raise. Alex, 2 million into a pot of 7.7 million. Can't fault the call at all. He's getting great odds there. Good raise size by Logan. Meaty, like it's meaty enough that like it's far from being a min raise, but it's also small enough that Alex is priced in. Very nice sizing there. And nice sizing on this bet too. Trying to string Alex along, knows that his ace king is good here. Probably figures that Alex would have raised if he had a 9. So he's got to feel good seeing that 5 of spades on the river. That couldn't possibly help anybody. The only hand that... Ooh, big bet. The only hand that improved would have been pocket 5s. Ace 5 wouldn't have improved there because of the paired board. Alex makes the call with just the 10. Logan played that hand perfectly. Man, he played that well. The bet sizing was just immaculate there. The big bet on the end just made Alex wonder. He's been betting small this whole time. Now all of a sudden he's sizing up. Does he have it or not? And he just guessed wrong. And Logan now has this tournament by the throat. Alex, though, with 2 pair. And he will check raise. Actually, that's not a check raise. That's just a raise. Because Arlindo let out. No, so no slow play from Alex. Maybe regretting that now. But there were some draws out there. You know. So the no slow play move is absolutely understandable. Oh! Well, somebody's busting right now. Queens versus Kings. No way. There's no way anybody's getting away from this one. Logan even contributes 1.4 million of his chips to this pot. But we are going to see an all-in here, and Alex is going to need to see another queen. And there it is. Arlindo does not re-steal it with a king. And now Arlindo left with just 6.7 million. That is less than 10 big blinds. After all that work, clawing back into contention, he's now left with, like I said, 9 big blinds. Alex, right back up there with enough chips to challenge Logan, has a nice hand, King 10. Nice flop as well. Bottom pair with a gut shot. Logan with just the pocket threes has nowhere really to go. He will bet, but Alex is not going anywhere. Oh, no! A 3 on the turn takes it back for Logan. Alex now can only take it back with a queen. And we saw how good Logan is at sizing his bets. Let's see how he does here. He knows that his opponent's got a little something to keep going with, so I like that sizing too. He's thinking if he might have been mentally done with the hand, but now the 3 comes, so now he's going to keep betting as if he was going for value the whole time. A 10 on the river gives Alex trips with top kicker, but it's no good. And now he leads out. Logan now wondering what raise size will get the job done here. Maybe 10 million more? Yeah, about that. And I don't think Alex can fold here. He just really stepped in it here. Trips with the top kicker. Logan has been betting the whole way. But he has to ask himself, would he really play ace-jack like this? Would he really play ace-queen or ace-king like this? Those are pretty much the only value hands that he could theoretically beat. Oh, queen 10. Queen 10. Nice fold! Very nice fold by Alex. They both show each other as an act of courtesy. Very, very good lay down there by Alex Miron. Very impressive discipline on his part. I'll be right back. Great hand there, though. I say, Alex Miron is certainly no moron. Arlindo absolutely has to go all in here. Just very unlucky to run into pocket queens for Logan. Needs a 3 now, or an ace. Does not get it. Arlindo with a tremendous showing. Came back from way down to get right even with the other two, but that is unfortunately all she wrote. So there was no deal 3-handed. It must have been heads up between these two at some point, which means Alex is probably about to double up. And then they're going to shake hands and say, screw the integrity of the game. Let's just go nuts from here. Don't like deals. Have I conveyed that to you yet? Ace 7. Queen 5 might call, actually. It's heads up. Nice for Alex. Not bad for Logan. I'm noticing that a lot of these, like, random number bets end with something in the hundreds column, but nothing in the tens or ones column. Funny how that works. Logan with a great starting hand heads up. Alex with 10-8, not bad for heads up for sure. But he's gonna fold it for some reason. Well, Logan was making a reasonable bet there, 2.5x. Logan's got pocket 9s now. Or as I have to call them, pocket browns. Anytime they should win on paper, they just find a way to lose. That's my experience, anyway. Every poker player has a certain amount of salt in their system after playing poker for a certain amount of time. I'm certainly no hard-boiled expert, but I have my misgivings about certain hands. Logan is just going for it. Made him fold the 10-8, but not the 6-9 for some reason. Okay, it's suited, but not a bad flop for 6-9, actually. That 4 of hearts changes a few things, though. Alex still needs a 7, but it can't be a heart. He'll bet it anyway. Doubt Logan's going anywhere to see if he can hit that heart. I think he's getting the right price. Of course, little does he know, the jack is actually good. With or without a heart. But it will fold it. Bad cards. Oh. Logan calls to the 9-3 of clubs and hits a 3. Alex probably intends to keep barreling. I mean, I would too. There's 2 aces out there, and you can be pretty sure the opponent doesn't have an ace. Well, things looking a little bit better for Logan, obviously. He's going to keep checking, see if Alex wants to do his betting for him. I think he has played some great poker here. His bet sizes have been nice, and he knows when to check and induce as well. There you go. Back at you, Alex. And with 8 high, what do you say? Big tank. No, he's going to say, I might have an ace here. That was no fake tank, and Logan now faced with a real dilemma here. He's got a 9 with no kicker. The 3 doesn't matter anymore. And if he happens to be up against an ace, he's in real trouble here. But he makes the call, and he gets another 9 for a full house. However, that's still behind an ace. He has 999 ace ace right now. Even though he's got, the 3, he's going to go for it. It's not going to work. The 9's way too much to fold. Logan now with a monster chip lead over Alex. 6-4 suited versus 10-9 suited. Just a limp from the 6-4. But as I've said many times before, Logan just in a spot where he's just so far ahead. The last thing he wants to do is make a really silly mistake and give away his chip lead. I mean, he can't give away his chip lead, but he can, give away a degree of it. So he's just going to go ahead and let him have it. He's so far ahead. I believe this is 7-1. All in with 7s. Queen 10 suited might be enough to go for it. As we see, it would be a coin flip. He's going to think about it. I would think about it too. But he is going to go ahead and fold it. Even as massive of a disadvantage as this is, Alex still almost has 20 big blinds now. Ace Queen versus 9-8. Well, if Logan limps, he's going to min-raise. Alex should see a flop. There you go. There's a little something. And now he's going to try and let Logan bet. Maybe looking for a check raise all in. Maybe looking to just check and call. Now he's looking for a check raise. He doesn't really have enough chips anymore to play the pot control game. So he was looking for a check shove. I like to play. And a call from the ace-queen just didn't believe him. But a misread from Logan, and Alex takes that nice pot, nice double up to 31.8 million. And it's not a 7-1 chip lead anymore. He's right back in the thick of it again. Now it's a little less than 3-1. Both going to see it, and the 8 comes home for Alex. A bet from Jack High. I'm sure Alex is going nowhere with middle pair. Now, this isn't recklessness or tilt that we're seeing from Logan. This is the same. This is the same quality of gameplay he's been showing the whole time. On this hand, anyway. A little reckless on that last hand. Just had a bad read on the situation and decided that he can live with being wrong, and he was wrong. Can go for it again. Alex, I don't think is going anywhere with second pair. That's a very benign run out for him, and he does take that pot. Nice win again, and now it's only 2-1 disadvantage. Alex with a little bit of alligator blood in him. Although if he's a rock, he shouldn't have blood. But that's neither here nor there. Couple of hands we don't really have to say anything about here. Potential flop coming up here. Logan with some connectors. We'll see the flop. And flop a straight right off the bat. How about that? Check. Obvious check there. Alex looking for a 5 to chop it. And goes ahead and bets it. Logan in good position now to just check call all the way down and let him keep bluffing. That 4 might concern them. Don't think it will. The king is pretty much a brick in this case. Will Logan go for a little bit of value here or try and let Alex bluff again? Good check. He get the bluff. Boy, I tell you, Logan is earning these pots today. Okay, here's the raise. Alex knows he can't do anything. And he'll be left with 30 million chips after he folds. Well done again, Logan. Not to take anything away from Alex, but man, Logan is playing well. Pair of 3s now for Logan. Neither player with a whole lot to write home about, but Alex making a bet 1 street too late because Logan. Okay, well now. Oh, now Logan's got 2 pair, which is very well disguised. Alex has a straight that's even more well disguised. And he's going to overbet it, and there's no way Logan gets away from this. He does just call, but he had to pay that one off. Well, they both blindsided each other. Alex just happened to blindside him with a heavier hit. What the heck? All in with 40 big blinds. Okay, Alex. Regular raise from Logan gets the job done. Ooh, here we go. Raise from the king, queen suited, king, jack, just with the call. Logan has generally been very good about avoiding unnecessarily large confrontations. That ace-queen call was the main exception to that. Quarter pot from the king-queen. Logan with really not much, and a very anticlimactic flop. Logan's going to keep going. I'm not sure if he's trying to bluff later, or if he thinks the king high is good. He's got the right idea. Let's check there. River card's an 8. Question is, does somebody want to represent an 8 here? Logan does. Alex with King Queen. That's the best hand. But he cannot make the call. I can't say I would either. Nice play again by Logan. He's 10 suited, goes for the raise. King 3, maybe. Could call, its heads up. Oh, he's going for the raise. Not going to work. Logan's got too much. Question is, does he call or go all in? He's going to go all in. Alex can't possibly call with King 3 offsuit. So, nice windfall for Logan. Who has made one mistake tonight, and that is it. Everything else he has played virtually flawlessly. Here we go. Here's an all-in. And this time, Alex only limps in instead of pushing 40 big blinds in. But it's going all in no matter what. Yeah, here we go. And so far so good for the 8s. Needs an ace or a queen to win it. Nope, the 8s hold. Now we're even enough. This is probably where they start doing the chop. They realize they still have a long grind ahead of them for heads up, and they think it'd be a little easier if they just agree to share the money. Wait, how do you chop? Wait. This is heads up for a progressive knockout tournament. How do you chop? You're already getting the same amount of money. You can't chop. You literally can't chop. You're only playing for the knockout bonuses. Wait. So, did they just do a chop as a joke? Or can you actually chop the knockout bonuses? Because, man, that's like extra weak. Like, what you see in red, you might think that that is what the chop is, but no. In a PKO tournament, first and second place are supposed to be identical. That's the raw payouts. So they really can't chop unless chopping the knockout bonuses is also a thing. I mean, we're almost out of time here. It says there was a deal, but we didn't see anything accomplished. Like, we've seen in the past that if a deal was being discussed, they would mention it. Oh, hey, a deal's being discussed. Go ahead and press the 4X button if you want to skip this part. They didn't say that, but, you know, I do. So we're going to have to look up whether or not the bounty numbers match what we're seeing here. King high takes that one. 4-4 gets queen 8. Very callable hand by heads-up standards. And nice flop. Not foolproof, obviously. Logan want to continue? You know, Alex is capable of outfoxing Logan every once in a while, for sure. You know, Alex certainly did not get here by accident. You saw that excellent fold he made of the 3 10s against Logan's 3s full. Big bet there by Logan. Alex has to be second guessing the quality of that pair of queens, and yep, bad kicker, second pair. Facing that big of a bet, I probably would have folded that one to myself. But well done again by Logan. Ace Queen suited, though. A powerful hand this time. Looking for a limp re-raise, but doesn't get the chance to. And that's an interesting flop because if a 4 comes, they both have straights, but Logan had the better one. Ace on the turn for Alex, but Logan still has the same draw. Of course, now if a 4 were to come, Alex would be playing the board. So he would be a lot less happy. Well, so far, Logan has just not taken any kind of bait, and he's still not taking any bait. Alex has to go for value himself now. And it's such a well-disguised hand because he limped with ace-queen pre-flop. Unfortunately for him, Logan has 10 high. I like the overbet there because nothing about the way he played the hand made any sense. So if he had any pair, he's going to pay that off, but he just didn't have anything. They each hit their 8 here. About a third of the pot from Logan. Alex has had a lot of really tough decisions at this final table, I gotta say. And a raise there. Saying, I'm tired of making a tough decision. I'm gonna force you to a tough decision. And it works. Nice play by Alex. Turning bottom pair into a bluff there. Here's my precious King 10. Ace 3 against 5-6. Nothing. Nope. Still theoretically a lot of play left. Alex should fold that, I would assume. Pocket 10s for Alex. Queen deuce for Logan. Another limp. And nice flop for Logan, of course. Alex with the 2 10s. Okay, there's the deal. And we have the live button, which tells me that this is how the game ends. Normally in a tournament, when you do a chop, there's still a little bit extra to play for. But I guess in a PKO, when you're just heads up, and all you're chopping is the bonuses, they leave literally nothing else on the table, so they just stop the game completely. So this is very much like watching a football game, or a football game for that matter, where like two teams are in the playoff are in a playoff hunt, and they end up tying the game. That's basically what this is. So I hope you enjoyed that non-conclusion. I think Logan was quite generous to offer that up because he was playing some outstanding poker. I think he showed a ton of respect to Alex and his resiliency by even offering that up at all. So I guess that's it. And those are your final results. Logan was actually in for 4 bullets, so Alex was kind of the big winner here, all things considered. Because he only bought in one time and finished in second place there. Technically, second place because he had fewer chips than Logan. But I guess you can chop at a PKO tournament. I did not know you could do that. I'm sad to find that out. And I'm extra sad to find out that you can chop without leaving anything on the table to play for. But, yeah, congratulations to Logan, Alex, and of course the other 4 who made the final table. And, boo! Deals. But hey, oops, they're happy with it. And if they're happy, that's all that matters.